Hey guys, you're watching Interesting and Ficus. Today we'll have the most paper-based video we have ever made. Today we'll build the most gigantic papier-mâché house. So we have an experiment now. We took wallpaper glue for our papier-mâché. We want to check whether it is suitable for our idea because as a rule this is done with PVA glue in which there's a completely different composition. Now let's see if something comes of it or not. We just made the first mistake and already figured out how to do it right. We first soaked the newspaper in glue and it just started to tear down and it turned out to be like this. So we decided that we just need to smear the newspaper with a brush, as in wallpaper, from two sides and paste in places. This way it will turn out neatly and everything will be all together. Now we coat the newspaper outside and wait until it dries up.
We're going to make a lot of things out of papier-mâché. There will be dishes and some pieces of furniture. I mean, our whole house will be of papier-mâché. There are many plans, but we don't know how it will all turn out.
We have already made the frame for our house and it's very nice here. But due to the fact that everything is covered with film, it's enough warm here. Therefore, when we have a papier-mâché house, we'll cut out the windows here and hope it will be cool inside.
Of course, because it's paper. I believe that this option is okay. This glue can be used. The paper has become hard and taking into account the fact that we'll have many layers, this will be a normal base for these walls to hold on, so we can get on with it.
Looking up at a tree, I remember how it started. I was lost in a dream when the fire...
They stick like wallpaper. As if from under the wallpaper I remove all the air from there and it turns out like this.
I think it's good.
By the way, the first time we made very thick glue, so this time we made a bit watery and hope that everything will be fine. Now you can be in the house and read any information on the walls.
Yes, only if we can build this house.
Well, if we can't, then we can't read. We'll write in the comments whether our house will stand and whether we'll succeed in everything we have planned. Can we make a papier-mâché house with wallpaper glue? Until we cover our house with varnish, the structure will not withstand the rain. So look what we had to do to keep it from being soaked by the rain that is already dripping from these black clouds. It will be very wet soon. By the way, look what the house looks like, all covered with newspapers. This is the second layer. We decided not to torment you with monotonous shots and begin to quickly do our job. It will be sunny tomorrow and this will finally dry up.
24 twice. She's on the phone, but she's staying on Wilshire Boulevard. Old dreams dying hard. You want you to return this love. Breathing in the dark, weightless, working hard. You want you to...
Yesterday after the rain, a strong wind rose and we were afraid about whether our house would withstand it all. So we stranded it with scotch tape. As you can see, we arrived today and everything is in place. Luckily, nothing fell off, nothing torn apart, so we can continue to apply the next coat.
Here the glue hasn't dried up yet.
Also, as you notice, we cut out the door. This is necessary so that the newspaper can be pressed from the inside. I mean, compressed on both sides. The construction was not stable because it was made of silicone, and thus we made this construction much tighter.
Every day I'm buying so much glue. In fact, it seems that we haven't done much, but today is the third day of our work. Now I understand why little papier-mâché takes a long time, as I was told. Well, here's another batch of glue.
While Sergey is making the walls of the house, I'll make a large fruit plate. The smaller the papier-mâché object, the less pieces you need. This will make them stick together stronger and tighter.
In order for our construction to look more like a house, we decided to make such a visor from two sides. You know, like this on the roof. The fiberboard will help with this. We'll just paste over it with newspaper and make it such that it's not visible. I think it will be cool. I want our house to have such a loft lamp or floor lamp. I want it to be only made of paper and nothing else was there. Now I will do it. It will be huge. It will stand on the counter. I hope it works.
Now we're waiting for our house to dry up. We'll see what puddle of glue has formed here. This is all the glue that has flowed out from our house, and it probably will still flow out because the house will dry up for about 2-3 days. So another day has passed since I made a bowl and Sergey made a floor lamp. Well, it's time to set it all apart now. If I detach this from the bowl, then the house should detach from the silicone film too.
Wow, that's cool!
Now let's see how Sergey's one turned out, and in the meantime, I'll strengthen mine.
I teared a little, but now I will glue it and everything will be fine.
It turned out cool, it can be decorated and everything will be nice. So 4 days have passed and it seems that our house is dry enough and it's time to get out of there our silicon house, which was inflatable, and remove the structure that we made of wood. Let's see if our papier-mâché house will withstand. Now it will either collapse or stand still.
Come on!
It holds on.
Hey, you hold this up! Now the silicone film will fall down.
The house was drying for only 4 days and we decided to take a chance and remove the structure from the inside and untwist this whole thing.
Will everything fall apart or will it hold on?
If the ceiling holds up, then everything will be fine. It seems to me that this structure will withstand.
As we said earlier, we started to paint our house. Can you imagine we are varnishing our house with a real wood varnish so that it can withstand rain or even snow? If you leave it here for the winter, you can see how the snow will roll off it. So we're applying 2 layers of varnish and then check with water. We'll water our paper house with a hose.
Look how it is like from the inside. This is a house of newspapers. I'm amazed that everything worked out. To be honest, the roof scares me the most.
It sags a little, but I think it holds up well.
The whole structure is quite tight and holds well. Listen how it sounds. You can feel the thickness.
The birth of newspaper child.
Why did you break the wall?
I didn't break it, I will make a window.
See what a window we have got. It reminds me of a TV. You know those old thick screen TVs with round edges.
Guys, are you ready for the big test drive of our house? Now I will hose it down and it will either get completely wet and fall down and it will be the end of the video.
Most likely it will.
Or everything will be fine. The house will pass the test and will stand for a long time and withstand all the rains. Are you ready? Let's do it.
Well, I hope it doesn't fall on me. Wow, it's dry here.
Nothing got wet?
I don't see anything wet here. This means that our house will withstand the rain.
So you can walk down the street like this and scare the crows. Ficus moonlights as a scarecrow.
Now masks are compulsory when you go outside, so I'll go to the store in this mask today. So this is the last element, and welcome to our papier-mâché house. When we glued this house, we thought it would be awful, because when it was wet with glue, it looked bad. But see what we have got in the end. The house turned out to be cozy and atmospheric. I would say it turned out quite stylish. We also made the furniture in such newspaper style. We pasted everything over with newspapers, and even the ottomans themselves that are here are just huge piles of newspapers. You can just sit down on it and read the newspaper.
I really doubt that this would come out of papier-mâché, that the walls would hold up so well, but due to the thick layer everything worked out, but it was difficult. By the way, this is probably the largest papier-mâché in the world, definitely the biggest, because I just googled it. Guys, be sure to hit the thumbs up for this.
Well, also write in the comments whether you read newspapers, whether they still bring to you or your family newspapers, and in general how relevant they are in the modern world. It turned out to be a very atmospheric house. This is probably the most gigantic papier-mâché in the world. The main thing is that the experiment was a success and it deserves your like. Write in the comments what you think about this video and what could be added to this house. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. It was Interesting and Ficus with you. See you next Sunday.
Blah, blah.